Network, including The Chris Hogan Show, which you've seen him co-host today. And coming up on the show, someone who listened to the show daily as she got out of debt. This is Stephanie, all the way from Chicago. This girl got gazelle intense. Can't wait for you to hear her story.
Solutions on the debt-free stage. Stephanie is with us. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, better than I deserve. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm honored to have you. And where do you live?
I'm from a suburb of Chicago in Indiana.
Oh, very cool. And all the way to Nashville to do a debt-free screen.
Yeah, of course.
How much have you paid off?
$64,071.
Good for you. How long did this take?
38 months.
You kicked it. Way to go, girl. And your range of income during that time?
I started out making $34,000 and ended with $44,000, and then I made like around $10,000 of side jobs on the side.
You were focused.
Yeah, I lived on nothing.
I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because you paid off $20,000 a year for 3 years.
Yeah.
Average, and you're not making but 34 or 44.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, beans and rice.
Yeah.
Way to go. What kind of debt was this?
$3,000 was a car, and the rest was student loans.
Okay. So what's your degree in?
Art education.
Good.
Art teacher.
Good for you. So that's what you do for a living. You're an art teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Way to go. So you got out of school and just decided to attack this? Tell us your story. What happened?
I actually graduated in 2012, so I'd been out of school for a while, but it wasn't like a certain event that caused me to start, but more like a mentality of being tired of having this weight of debt and wanting to do all of these things, but not being able to do them because I was feeling the weight of my debt and not feeling that peace. So I knew about you from other people that I heard from, and also any church that I'd gone to had financial peace. But I started listening to your podcast every day when I was prepping at school in the morning, and I heard debt-free screams that were very similar like me, and I was like, well, if they can do it and they have a similar income than me, then I can, of course, do this.
Right.
And then I got started, and once I first started paying off debt, then I was like, I totally believed that I could do it, and I just would do anything that I needed to do to pay off debt.
Wow. Very cool.
You were very focused.
Yeah.
I mean, what were some of the things that you sacrificed that were difficult for you?
So I, because I was a teacher, I didn't get paid overtime to do anything, but I would babysit before school, after school, on holidays, like on breaks. I had like low income living condition, or like the lowest I could pay by also babysitting for the person that I lived with, and just renting out a room instead of like having my own apartment.
Right.
So sacrificing any time that I had and doing all of those things, but just working as much as I could.
Yeah.
And putting it all towards that.
Let me ask you, was it worth it?
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah.
You've got this grin on your face, and you just, from all the hard work, because sometimes it gets hard, right? And the mountains get tall.
You got a long 3 years.
Yeah.
You did, young lady. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Very
Yes.
impressive.
Yes.
Very impressive.
Wow.
Good job. Okay, so you're the hero. You did it. You paid off $64,000 in 38 months, making 34 to 44. When people say, how'd you do that, what do you say the key to getting out of debt is? You can do it too, so what do you got to do?
Yeah. I think the first thing is believing and having that mindset to just know that, okay, you can do this. And then also, like you said, the sacrifice is knowing that it's a short-term sacrifice and that's not going to be forever. Knowing that I was only doing that for a short amount of time was really motivating for me. And also because I'm so visual, I was able to fill in charts and be able to see those visuals for me.
Yes.
And every time I was able to do that, that was really motivating. So I'd always crunch the numbers and see how much more I could pay towards debt, and how much I could just fill in. So I would say having a short sacrifice mindset.
Stephanie, how long ago did you hear the debt-free screams on Dave's show and you said, I want that to be me? How many years ago was that?
Well, the whole time. I was listening the whole time. I would just hear the debt-free screams. And, of course, when there was someone that was very similar to my income, I would kind of even get teared up sometimes because I would know that could be me in the future.
Hey, guess what? It is you.
Yes.
Because you're here. Not only did you dream it, you dared to chase it down. It is you. And you're going to motivate all kinds of other young people out there. I'm proud of you, young lady.
Thank you.
I really am. That's amazing.
Pretty stinking incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
So who were your biggest cheerleaders?
I had family friends that were like family to me back home, and anyone in my small group at church. Anyone that I came across was really supportive.
Okay. So who came with you on this trip?
It was my roommate in college and her family. They're like a second family to me, and we came down to Nashville to celebrate.
Awesome.
That's
Very
fantastic.
good. Well, good cheerleaders. I noticed you had a cheering section over here, so I want to figure out who that was. Good. Way to go. I'm proud of you. We got a copy of Chris's book for you, Everyday Millionaires. That is the next chapter in your story. You are on your way. You're free. You did it. So proud of you. You're a hero. Well done. Stephanie in Chicago, $64,000 paid off in 38 months. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. I'm debt free.
That's how it's done.
Yes.
The interesting thing is that it doesn't matter what your income, your age, your sex, your color, the number of kids you have. We've had someone like you do a debt-free scream.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing them for decades, and they're all different, and they're all special. Because that's her story.
That's right.
But there is someone, like she said, she'd find the ones that were like her, making $34,000 a year, and it made her tear up.
Yep.
Because she said, I can do this.
Yep.
You've got to find stories in your life that go, there's a guy like me, there's a gal like me that went and did what it took, and they won.
Yeah.
And they came from the neighborhood like I came from, or I relate to them in this way, and they still went and they did it. And what that does, it takes away your stinking excuses.
It sure does, Dave. And I'm going to tell you something. We, and during this largest study of millionaires we've ever done, it busts down a lot of those myths. And, as my coach said, don't make excuses, son, make plays. And we've got to get rid of that victim mentality and grab a victor mentality and understand if we can believe, and Stephanie hit on that, we've got to believe we can.
Because we found that while the millionaires came from every possible background, 96% of them, when we surveyed them, said, that was all of them, by the way, said that belief in the fact that you can do it, that you can become wealthy, is essential. And when we interviewed non-millionaires and asked the same question, only 62% said that.
Big drop-off.
Yeah. But so while belief is not magical and it doesn't keep you from having to do the hard work,
right?
It's not a magic potion. It pretty much ensures you're not going to get there if you don't have it.
If you don't believe it, that's right. It's a contributing factor.
Yeah.
It really is. But you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
And,
if your belief causes you to take action, now we've got the magic.
There you go. There you go. And I said that. I talk about in the book. You got to believe, you got to grow in your knowledge, and you got to take the right actions. Yeah. That's the key. That is the key.
It's absolutely how it's done. And so that's why this book and white paper that goes with it. You got the white paper.
Yeah, I do.
It's not a white paper anymore. Now it's got like a cover with your face on it.
Well, Dave, it's a quick read.
It's not a quick read. It's a nerd book. It's all the statistics from the stinking study. If you have trouble sleeping.
It's written NyQuil.
Yes.
If you want to.
NyQuil between two covers. The National Study of Millionaires.
That's right.
That's
if you have trouble sleeping,
if you want the research paper, baby,
it'll be like this.
They're nerding out. Yeah. Normal people be like,
they're gone.
Better.
It's there.
Yeah,
It's
better
there
than
for you if you
NyQuil,
want it.
yeah.
You can grab it.
No alcohol required. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's only what, $9 or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's under $10.
$10.
Quick read.
Yeah,
A lot of stats.
quick read.
Lots.
It's not a quick. It's short.
Stats.
It's what's what we call quick reads because it's short.
It is short.
But there's a lot.
It really is.
This is the Dave Ramsey Show.